"Get out of my seat, boy!" Those were the first words Rebecca Palmer said as Darius Cole stepped toward Seat 2A on Flight 932, Seattle to Washington, D.C. Not hello. Not excuse me. Just that sharp command meant to sting. Every head in first class turned. Some passengers gasped. Others pretended to be asleep. A few phones tilted upward, recording quietly. No one spoke. Darius froze in the aisle. Tall, broad-shouldered, dressed in a clean gray hoodie and black jeans, he still held his boarding pass. It clearly read Seat 2A. He glanced at it, then at the woman who had shoved his bag aside like trash. Rebecca sat there proudly, white suit spotless, diamonds glittering, arms stretched across both armrests like a queen. "You people always sneak into places you don't belong," she said, her voice sweet but dripping with venom. The cabin went still. Darius didn't reply. His face calm, his eyes sharp, he stood quietly. Then a flight attendant appeared. Chloe Simmons, ponytail tight, smile nervous. She glanced at Rebecca, then Darius, and made her choice. "Sir, you're in the wrong section." "Economy is behind you," Darius raised his boarding pass. "Seat 2A, my name's on it." Chloe didn't even look. "Please move now," she ordered. A teenager 2 rows back lifted her phone higher. She had just started a TikTok live. The title would soon read, "When a Black CEO Gets Kicked Out of His Own Seat." But right now, Darius stayed silent. Rebecca leaned back, crossing her legs. "Some people need to learn their place," she muttered loudly. Chloe squared her shoulders. "Sir, one more time." "Move to the back," passengers turned away. One man fiddled with his earbuds. A woman stared at her reflection in the window. Silence filled the cabin. Darius stood tall, boarding pass still raised, quiet as stone. To some, it looked like surrender. To others, it looked like strength. Rebecca rolled her eyes. "Well, are you just going to stand there all day?" Chloe sighed dramatically. "Sir, if you don't move, we'll call security." Still, Darius said nothing. His silence wasn't weakness. It was power, and that made everyone uneasy. Phones kept recording. The world was already watching. From her seat, the teenager, Sophia, whispered into her phone, "He's literally showing them the ticket. They won't even look at it because he's black and wearing a hoodie." Her live stream spread fast. 10,000 viewers. Then 20. Darius didn't know. He only knew the weight of the moment. Generations pressed into his chest, heavy but steady. He could argue. He could raise his voice. He could demand. But instead, he chose silence. Rebecca smirked. "Honestly, it's a disgrace. I've been Platinum Elite for 12 years. This is my seat." She pulled out her phone, flashing her Airline app. "See? 2A. Told you." Chloe nodded without checking Darius's pass. More viewers joined Sophia's stream. Comments flooded. "This is racism." "Clear as day. Why won't they check? This is insane." Finally, Darius moved. Slowly, calmly, not toward the back, toward his hoodie pocket. He pulled out his phone, tapped with certainty, not panic. A sleek black screen appeared with silver text. "Welcome, Darius Cole, CEO." Sophia zoomed in. Her voice cracked. "Oh my God, he's the CEO." The stream exploded. Rebecca's smirk froze. "That's fake." But her voice shook. Chloe stepped closer, uncertain. "Sir, what are you showing us?" Darius looked up for the first time. His words landed like thunder. "I'm showing you your boss." The air shifted. Chloe's confidence drained. Rebecca's body went stiff. The cabin was silent but buzzing with shock. Then the door clicked open. 2 security officers boarded. Officer Jamal Grant, calm and firm. Detective Rachel Tanaka, sharp eyes scanning. Jacob, the lead flight attendant, hurried to meet them. "Officers, thank you." "This man refuses to move to his assigned seat." Tanaka cut him off. "Did you check his boarding pass?" Jacob faltered. "Well, no, but—" "You assumed," Officer Grant said flatly. Darius handed Tanaka his pass. She looked at it. "Seat 2A confirmed." Then she noticed the glowing phone. "Executive dashboard. CEO access?" She leaned closer. "Is this—" "Yes," Darius replied. "I'm Darius Cole, CEO of Orion Air." Rebecca gasped. Chloe's face paled. Phones recorded every second. Tanaka nodded. "We're documenting this as a discrimination incident." The word struck like lightning. Rebecca tried to protest. "I didn't know." "You didn't want to know," Tanaka replied coldly. The truth was official now, but Darius wasn't finished. He called Orion's legal team right there, his voice calm. "This is Flight 932. We've confirmed a bias incident. Draft a compliance report immediately." Passengers stared. It wasn't just a viral video anymore. It was real accountability, Chloe stammered. "Mr. Cole, I didn't mean—" "You didn't care to mean," Darius said softly. "You looked at me and decided I didn't belong. That's the problem." Rebecca's hands shook. Her phone buzzed. Messages from her company. "Call HR immediately." Headlines already spreading. "Executive caught humiliating black CEO. Her world crumbled in minutes." She whispered, "Please don't ruin my life." Darius's eyes stayed calm. "I didn't ruin anything." "You did." The plane finally took off, but the cabin was different now. Quiet, heavy. Passengers no longer looked away. They looked at him, at themselves, at the truth they had just seen. Darius stood. His voice was steady, gentle. "Ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize." Heads snapped up. Why would he apologize? "I want to apologize that this still happens," he continued. "That someone who looks like me can be told they don't belong in a seat they paid for, on an airline they lead." Silence held the room. "Not fear, not anger, reflection. No company is perfect," Darius said. "But the difference between excuses and integrity is what happens next." He tapped his phone again, opening a policy screen. Effective immediately, Orion Air launches the Dignity Program. Every employee will complete quarterly anti-bias training. Every passenger conflict will be recorded and reviewed. $40 million each year. Real change, not PR. Phones streamed every word. Viewers cheered. The story was no longer about one man in one seat. It was about everyone who had ever been told they didn't belong. When the plane landed, no one clapped. No one dared. They simply gathered their things, quiet, thoughtful. Chloe avoided his eyes, her shame heavy but real. She would later return not as a flight attendant, but as a trainer for the very program he had created. Jacob stepped down from leadership, choosing to rebuild trust instead. Rebecca lost her job but found herself volunteering at a justice center. And Darius? He returned to seat 2A weeks later. This time, no one questioned him. Not because of who he was, but because of what had changed. Respect didn't flow from his title. It flowed from culture, from action, from leadership that demanded dignity for all. One viral moment had become a movement. A mirror held up for the world to see. A reminder that dignity is not a privilege. It is a right. And now the story belongs not just to him, but to anyone who has ever been judged before being heard. Because change doesn't start loud. Change starts quiet until it doesn't.